Cause we understand, cause we the tech shaman. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.
Hey, good morning. Oh, we forgot to adjust the WeBeam TV logo. Maybe he can do that.
That's
pretty cool.
Nice.
So, here's the thing. Oh, that's just way too close. Oh, God have mercy.
You're sexy.
I am a scared little killer. Anyway, so today on WeBeam TV, we're going to continue our talk from Monday.
Yeah.
About SEO. And it's kind of funny that we also are going to talk about OTT.
What's that?
Over-the-top content.
Yes. Is your brand ready for it, and are you ready for it on general TV? Don't know. So that's going to be the interesting thing. We're going to start off, I guess, with the fact that Apple had one of their big conferences. And I didn't actually go to this one. I go to a lot of the conferences for the
big
new
release.
Yeah.
Center me up a little bit, please, everybody.
I do go to those developer conferences.
Yeah.
And so I get to see the new hardware. Well, actually, I don't get to see shit.
No.
I get to see them talk about the new hardware and then tell us developers what you should be using for the next round of stuff.
Right.
However, this one was a little unique where there was no iPhone. There was no computer.
Nope.
There was no new tablet. There was no... Oh, wait, there was a bunch of new stuff. It was all content driven.
Yep.
And that was a big, unique thing for these guys, not necessarily because they're developing content. Apple TV has been a part of things for a while. However, they didn't announce a new Apple TV hardware set. They announced new Apple TV stuff, and maybe you can take over on what the so the big Apple TV is. So what? I got a box.
All right, that's just it.
Right.
You don't need a box anymore.
You don't need a box.
No, you don't need a box. It is going to be an app, right? So this app is going to be on the smart TVs of the world, the real smart ones, like the Toshiba, Samsung, Sony, Vizio.
80% of the things you can buy at Best Buy are going to be smart TVs
exactly.
right now. Yeah.
And which this is kind of what blew my mind is the fact that they're going to also put this on Amazon Fire and Roku.
Yeah.
So if you have an Amazon Fire Stick, and you have a Roku box,
the Roku box,
or if you have a smart TV, you have an Apple.
You'll be able to get Apple TV if you want to subscribe to it. Yeah.
Which means, and here's what's really goes in even deeper. So inside Apple TV Plus,
Plus.
Make sure you do the Plus, right? you have the ability to, say I'm a subscriber to I'm DirecTV, which I am. Right.
Same.
So I go in and on my Apple TV, I log in and say, this is my DirecTV account.
Right.
Okay. So now I no longer have to go there and put every individual HBO, because you have the HBO Goes, the Cinematic Goes, and all that kind of stuff that you can go download.
Right.
It's going to be pre-built in.
Yeah.
So now you have access to everything. Right. So they truly are getting ready to bundle the whole world, and what really blows my mind is now you no longer have to go buy an Apple TV module.
Yeah, which is $100. Yeah.
As long as you have a smart TV that rides their world.
Yeah.
Now you just have the app on the TV, and now that app controls everything.
Yeah. Or you could buy a Fire Stick for $20 or whatever it is instead of the Apple.
To me, I don't see because I know what they're and plus. Apple TV Plus, I played that off there. And they are going to They're going to start creating their own content.
That's going to be the big. That's their thing. They're turning into the Netflix of the world because Netflix. They, for a long time, Netflix was like, oh, that's interesting. Remember when Netflix sent us DVDs?
Yeah.
Now, then they were like, we're going to go online. And people went, nah. And then they were like, we're going to make original content. And people went, psh. And then American Horror Story came along. And people went, oh, I'll keep paying for that.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple more and a couple more. And then Stranger Things. And so they're doing the same bet, I believe, that all the other content providers are. They're going to go, we're going to make a big bowl of spaghetti and throw everything on the wall.
And they're coming out of the gate. They're coming out of the gate swinging because they have Jennifer Aniston, they have Jason Momoa,
yeah,
they have Steve, from The Office, Carell. I mean, big boy names.
Oh, yeah.
Not like some little unheard ofs.
Right.
So it's like, holy crap.
Well, and that's one of the things that I think they've learned, that all these places learn lessons from the other guys. It's like Netflix did certain things, and these guys are like, hey, if you like Jennifer Aniston or you love Steve Carell, you're going to watch stuff that he's in. Like, I'll watch, Steve Carell just did a drama, and he was really good in it with the kid. Yep. And that was really good. Yep. And I go and if you show me, hey, Apple TV's got a new Steve Carell movie or TV show, I'm watching. Yeah. I'll check it out. I may not. No, but they're paying for trials. Yeah. And so I think that the Apple TV is going to be, everyone can kind of poo-poo everything, but their original content, like you said, they're coming out swinging.
Yeah, they're not coming out lightweight. Now I know Light Reading, if you ever follow some of their stuff. I'm going to make sure I give Jeff Baumgartner.
Okay.
Wrote that it's just a copycat league. They're just doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, you got to remember this. Now, Apple they were podcasting before anybody.
Yeah.
Before YouTube, before Stitcher.
They created the podcast subscription.
They are where podcasting started. Mm-hmm. That was the first line of giving us, putting our content on the web for the whole world to see, and to hear,
and distribution.
In the beginning, podcasts were not audio; it was video.
Right.
It wasn't audio. Everybody thinks, podcasting is started off with audio. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was video, and it was started by iTunes. You could go on there and you could put on, and Apple got smart and went, video is this big, right? And it's killing our servers.
Yeah.
So how about just giving us the audio with a picture? Now, some of us said no, we want to keep our video. I was the first year out podcasting in the iTunes. We were on it.
I was on iTunes too. Yeah.
First year out with my wife's show. Right?
Oh, cool.
So we had video on there, and then they're like, but then they said, well, if you host it somewhere else, we'll allow
do it.
you.
Yeah.
So we did. That's how we did it. Huh. Now, after a while, it got so saturated, and then all of a sudden, money became part of it.
Yeah.
And
then you had iHeart and some of the other people coming in.
Right. Yeah. So now we're like, okay, fine. Sorry, Dale. Then I said, so now, we've gone back to all of putting our MP3s up there because the bottom line is, for like WeBeam TV, we don't, as much as we love iTunes, as much as we love Facebook and social media and all that kind of stuff, not where I want my people going to view my content.
Right.
I want people going to WeBeam TV.
Yeah, if
I pick
real
up
estate.
a couple extra viewers through the social media world, okay, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's all good.
Yeah. Because most of the podcasters now are going to be, if you listen to a podcast nowadays, I listen to a lot. And if you listen to a podcast nowadays, they're constantly going, go to my website because I have extra content for you on there. Check out my YouTube channel because I have extra content for you on there and you can see what I'm doing and so on. So a lot of these podcasts have become feeders for more content.
Right. So Amanda Bird, who is an author, she's an absolutely phenomenal author. She's watching us and she likes my hoodie.
Nice.
Yeah, Amazon Prime does it kind of. But what Apple Plus is doing goes beyond what what Amazon Prime is doing, which really kind of makes me wonder why Amazon would allow Apple to be on there as an app.
I think
because I know Amazon pulled Google off, or YouTube off.
Yeah, Amazon's not. That's not their core thing. It's a money maker, and Bezos said, "Gee, we can make money at that," but it's still not their core. I don't know that they want to be. I don't know that they actually want to be a media company because.
But they are. I mean, look at
they are.
So let's take for example the three British guys that were they were on BBC Top Gear.
Yeah.
And one got let go. And then another one said, well, that's dumb for you. It's a dumb reason to let him go, so we're sticking with him. So what happened? Amazon Prime picked him up. Now they're the Grand Tour.
Yeah.
And actually, believe it or not, it's better.
It really is.
It's so much better.
Because they're unhinged.
Oh, yeah. They can say whatever they want. I mean, they still kind of rein them in a little bit.
Yeah.
But pretty much whatever they want to do is what they want to do.
I think that I think, just the user interface and some of the other things, it's like, it's one of those that I think they see the opportunity there versus just being a competitor. I think that
I also think that, I mean, maybe thinking it through, is Amazon finally said, you know what, it's okay because all the and I'm not trying to be snobbish, and I don't think I'm just follow my thought trail here, is most of the people that have Apple products are money.
Yeah.
So that means that those people, because they can do that on Amazon, they're going to go now. They're really going to support the Amazon side and go, okay, I need something from Amazon. I can order it and pay for it because it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So
and I think that they see it as you notice that it's not going to be on Chrome, on Chrome, because they're kind of competitors. I think that it's going to be a situation where they may even have some synergy. Both you have Amazon, who's got a lot of money, throwing spaghetti on the wall, hoping for that one, the Top Gear. Right. They've got it, and I think there's room for, and they both see that there's room to produce a lot of content. It's going to pay for itself, and we're going to each get a big show out of something. The reason you watch, most people have HBO right now is for Game of Thrones.
That's the only reason they have it.
And I pay my $10 a month because I forgot to cancel it after Game of Thrones, and so I kept it. But now I'm going to keep it again because I want to watch Game of Thrones.
And I'm not really given the whole Apple TV Plus. We only have an hour show. I watched the entire 2 hour the Apple rollout, and it was like, wow. When I got done with watching the Apple TV Plus, that was literally blowing my mind, what you're going to be able to do inside the Apple TV side.
And I think that's where I think that Amazon is going with it. Amazon's going, I think we're going to...
Amanda's like, never to Apple. Unfortunately, Amanda, I'm an Apple guy. We have Macs in the house, in studio that we edit on. Yes, our PCs are what we stream on.
I got my Apple,
but I'm Apple.
Amanda,
I've got iPads back. Yeah, here's the thing. I've got both. I've got Droid tablets and I've got my iPads. Same. Okay, it's just your preference, whatever it is.
It's whatever.
But I've been with Apple since it was .Apple.
Me too. I got the old. I was in Apple when they introduced it in college, and they had reps for that were college kids. Yes, and I was one of them. But Amanda, one of your things is I think that there's a lot of people that are the same thing. I don't want that Apple TV. However, I think there may be some synergy at some point where they work together, and Amazon actually takes some of the user interface stuff, which they don't do well on. And they learn from Apple, or Apple gives them, hey, now you can get our interface.
Everybody's always learned from Apple, including Androids, whether you like it or not, folks. Because you got all your Android tablets, it all stemmed from Apple.
Yeah, I've got a Note 9 and my other stuff, so I get it, Amanda. It's one of those type of things, but it's a preference, and so I think that it's going to be an interesting journey with Apple TV,
and then they rolled out News Plus.
Yeah. Which I'm a big news hound, and I love this. They basically bought another platform that didn't have the weight behind them, and so they failed. Not failed, but they just don't have enough subscribers. One of the things is with these guys, with the news, is I like, my girlfriend reads books, and I unfortunately have the attention span of a 5-year-old, and so I have to read magazine articles because I like magazine articles. And one of the things is for these, I like reading random things. I like reading from Vogue to Bon Appetit to Fast Company to GQ to sports, and so I like skipping around and reading all these things. If I had a newsstand, I'd be happy, and that's what they're giving me.
Well, and the thing of it is, they're giving it for one cost.
That's my other thing.
One cost. So instead of having to, okay, I'm looking at it right. So instead of having to online subscribe to Time, Vogue, Sports Illustrated, Fastcom, Rolling Stone, all these other people, it's one payment to Apple, and then Apple gives you access to all this.
Right. And one of the things that I specifically bought, this is the 12-inch Apple. I bought this so I could actually read magazines online because I have a couple subscriptions on those.
Right.
And I think that this is going to be a thing. I think this is, I don't want to be like Mr. Evangelist, but this could save publishing. This could save Bon Appetit from being an online thing. The Barnes & Noble, there's only so much distribution you can get and only so much, airport magazine racks you can be on.
Right.
But and I actually talked with one of the developers about News Plus, and a lot of people said, well, this could cannibalize, say, Bon Appetit. Bon Appetit sells their subscriptions, and then you get the other stuff online. I think it's a feeder.
Well, I was going to say, so so you have to look at it this way. How many standalone Bon Appetit subscribers are there? Right. Versus how many iPhone, iPad, and Mac users out there that said, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Bon Appetit, I'm just saying numbers, right? It has 1 million subscribers. Right. Do you know how many iPhones, iPads, and Macs are sitting out there that people already have accounts with?
And
15, 20 million of these?
Millions. And here's going back to a business model. Okay, so I'm Bon Appetit magazine, or I'm Vogue. My business model is old, but it works. My business model is I'm selling a page of advertising to you, and I want $10,000 for that because my Vogue readers are this category of people, and and these people are my subscribers and whatever it is. Right. Well, so my business model is I'm supposed to sell you an ad. Right. And then online, that counts as, so if I'm the person who's buying a $10,000 ad, I want a return on investment, or I want to know that it's been seen. So normally with the standard magazines is, hey, we distributed this many copies, and we gave all these copies out, and there's probably people who looked at it. Online, my subscribers if I'm on the Bon Appetit app, and I'm a digital subscriber, I can see that this person spent 8 seconds on my ad, and I know there's a person who saw my ad. Right. I can prove it. And from a marketing analysis, I want to be able to prove this. With this, it's the same thing. I just won the lottery. If Bon Appetit, yes, it's $10, and yes, you're going to give me 3 cents a month for my subscription to allow all your users. However, now those pages are going to cost you $12,000. Right. And because of the Apple users, and so it's a business model. Why wouldn't they distribute?
Exactly. So if you take 1 million versus 30 million, and say out of that 30 million, 15 million people get.
Great.
Okay. Anyway, so
totally.
It's a good thing. I think and I'm not a big news. I'm a news junkie, but I'm not a magazine. But this will allow me to go, oh yeah, let me go check it out, because when I'm looking for tech articles for our show,
or you're looking for a car or whatever it is, whatever thing you're into right now, I think it can be it can really expose. And one of the things is a lot of these magazines have bonus content if you subscribe to their stuff. You know,
Right.
and it's like, hey, if I start reading Vogue and I really get into it and I really like whatever it is, and all of a sudden, sure, I'll give them $10 as well. I'm not canceling Apple, but I'm going to give them their $10 a month as well,
Right.
because I'm a Vogue reader and I can afford it, and because I'm coming from Apple. Apple people know what it is, and that kind of goes to the next thing of their card. I'll skip arcade for now, but
yeah, let's go back to. We'll have to go back to arcade because we're going to talk about their card.
yeah,
So they decided to make the credit card world easier,
yeah.
in their opinion.
In their opinion, and they do have some good tools in terms of managing.
And it's by the way,
your
it's
cards.
back my MasterCard.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
which is good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, that it kind of goes over. I'm looking at the thing.
Well, if Dylan will show my
Yeah, cool.
laptop, I'll show you what the card actually is going to look like. So it's titanium.
Nice.
All it has is your number, your chip, and the logo. And that's it on the front or back. That's it. There's
Because
no
you're using
numbers,
your phone.
There's no CVV. There's nothing like that. But if you want to find all that stuff, you can actually log into your account, go in there, and you can get all that
Yeah,
stuff.
on your phone.
Right,
Yeah.
on your phone. So you have all that. It's in your wallet, right?
Yeah.
So it's to me, it's just,
It helps you with it categorizes
you better
stuff
have
like
that.
in
You
the-
better have that Apple credit, because I'm telling you right now.
Well, that's the thing is that they're definitely going after the people that can afford
this.
Apple, and they're not shy about that.
Nope.
I mean, they're like, the tools that they have are for people who like to manage their money and look at the transactions and categories of what
All right,
they're
you
doing.
Come back off us.
And so that's the thing. I think that they're really appealing to their base, which is smart. Now, I'm not getting one of these cards because they won't give me one.
Yeah.
But however, there are a lot of people that you can that will definitely benefit from the card.
Well, maybe they'll, and it's coming in the summer, so this is not something you can go out today to get.
No.
But in the summertime, this is what rolled out. To me, it's pretty good. I think it's going to be, everybody uses this anyway.
Yeah.
Here's what's funny: the United States is the only one behind using the Apple
Yeah.
Pay, and actually the
AnyPay.
Sync Pay, right?
Yeah.
It's like for some reason we don't trust it enough.
I've gone into multiple. I use it, but I even have it on my phone. I've gone into multiple places before, like Walgreens and stuff, and you get dumb stares. You're like, I'm going to use my phone, and they're like, what? Yeah, and I'm like, look,
There's some gas
watch.
stations that are
yeah,
doing it.
It's like, watch. This is cool. This can work, and it's kind of one of those like. You feel like kind of a freak, and people behind you are like, "Oh, you're fucking fancy."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, it's just easier than pulling out a card or remembering stuff." And it's like yesterday we were out to dinner, and I forgot one of my cards that I was going to pay booth that I got cash back on, and I forgot it. So if I had had my card app on the phone, it would have been, if they had a way that I could pay, it would have been great.
Yeah, okay, so Amanda says, I think Square does that too. I don't have my wallet out here, but I had the new Square card. It looks like a normal credit card. It's got your numbers on there.
Oh,
the whole
okay,
9
cool.
yards. But with the Apple card, there's nothing but your name, the Apple logo, and your chip. That's it.
Yeah.
And so what Square did is not to get off Apple quick, but I'll just go. I'll because I use Square a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Square has done the same thing that PayPal did. PayPal gave you a card.
Yeah.
So your choice is to deposit that money into your account, or leave the money in there
And use the card.
And use the card as the credit card.
Which saves you a couple bucks.
It does, but it doesn't. You're not gaining any interest. PayPal, you paid interest.
Yeah.
So basically, here's what PayPal did for you, right? PayPal said what they did is for every so whatever your swipe fees were,
Yeah.
your processing fees to take credit cards,
Yeah.
that's the interest you gained, and it all went off the T-bill.
Oh, okay.
So the interest would go up and down on a daily basis. So
All
if
right.
you left your money in there, you would gain interest, which actually, believe it or not, I at one point in time, that's what I'd never moved my money over. I always left everything in PayPal, and I paid my bills with my PayPal credit card.
Yeah.
So I think Square is starting to do the exact same thing, except for you don't gain interest that they don't have. You don't gain interest. I think if they fix that, because that would offset some of the, if you want me to take a lot of credit cards, then help me with all the interest.
Yeah.
So if you're going to hold my money, you're gaining interest.
Yeah, you get.
I should be getting interest as well.
And I wonder about in the future, a couple years or a year down the road, how this rolls out and how it works. I wonder if they are not going to, because they're basically becoming a bank. I'm thinking there's going to be a debit card at some point for the rest of us.
For Apple?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
But just only because you're having an ecosystem, not necessarily because of the finance and the credit and stuff like that, but just to make it one step easier to go to Apple and stay with Apple and be the Apple on my phone and get an Apple app and buy an Apple phone. It's like, hey, I can do Apple Pay.
And there is a new Apple app coming out for the Apple TV as well.
For
your phone.
Yeah.
So your phone, your iPad, all that kind of stuff live, you have its own app. So let's jump back.
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay, so all the gamers, like Dylan, my son Dylan, huge gamer, right? Now, these games are, he jumped over, but here's the thing, he jumped over to Android. He jumped over to the Razr phone, not the old, the Razr phone 2, not the old flippity phone, but this is actually Razr, the gaming company.
Yeah.
But, okay, so coming in the fall, and if Dylan can show some of these, let's just roll right here. It's called Apple Arcade, right? So it's a one-time fee. You pay your monthly fee, blah, 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 and you get to play these games, and you get to play these games offline.
Oh.
So now you can actually download to your, and so if you don't have internet,
so it's like digital rights management.
You still have the ability to play the game and everything else.
I like that because then I could be on I could be in the air flying and I could play my game.
So, but here is something else that that I like about it. It's the fact that not only did they've contacted some of the big names, but they've contacted some of the names that would have never, ever, ever been able to get their stuff to market.
I like that.
That to me is super cool. They've done augmented reality people. They did people. Wow. I mean, if you go in and really
look at the
some of the stuff is actually really cool.
And they're it's like a PS4 type of thing. They're coming out with 100 games. It's not like, we have 6 games and we're going to start rolling stuff out.
Okay, so here it is. All you can play, one subscription.
Like?
No ads, no in-app purchases.
Like?
Jump from iPhone to iPad, Mac, and Apple TV.
Like?
So now your Apple TV, you can actually play the games, right?
Yeah.
Play offline, anywhere, anytime. They even have the airplane. So access for up to 6 family members.
And I want to stop us there.
Okay.
I love that because, like, my kids are like, they go and they get on their Xboxes and stuff and they play cool games and stuff like this, and Dad sucks and he doesn't get to play.
Right.
That's like even a family bonding. It's a stupid thing. If I'm traveling and I have younger kids or something, I mean, I've seen the games on here, like this turtle game and stuff. Yeah. They have cool games that you can actually play together with younger kids, even if you're not around. Right. I think that's neat. I really think that's going to be a thing that they can leverage, and they should.
Yeah, they should. And Apple sharing's always been a kind of cool thing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's.
And the other thing is they're committed to our privacy.
Yeah.
Now, unlike Facebook, who's not, Twitter, who's not,
right,
Instagram, who's not, okay, they really are concerned about privacy. Because here's the thing: if you get the Apple Card, and if you get all the subscriptions, privacy is going to become just a. I'm sorry, I keep laughing because Amanda says that's disturbing. What's next? Cyberdome Systems Model T 1000.
Yes. That's your babysitter.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
But it's Apple's always been about privacy.
Yeah.
Always. And I remember first using them, and I would get stuff, and I'd buy the movies, or I'd get my music, whole 9 yards. and then someone would hack it, all you do is let them know. And then they would go after the person, not us, not me, not you. We don't have to worry about it. They will take care of it.
Yeah.
And if anything happens, I had at one point my account got hacked, and they reimbursed everything.
Oh, cool.
So, because again, my credit card is attached to my account.
Yeah. So it's like $200 later. You're like, hey,
oh, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
I had someone go in and buy like 200 and something albums. And they were just ripping music.
Yeah.
And they were downloading it. And Apple caught them, not me.
Oh, wow.
Apple caught it before I did. And they're like, hey, this is unusual for you.
Yeah, what's up?
So,
yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, like I was just looking at one of the games, Where Cards Fall by Snowman. A captivating narrative puzzle that's also a compelling coming-of-age story. Our hero navigates the insecurities and emotions of high school and beyond, creating pathways and overcoming obstacles.
Yep.
What an interesting game that is.
Yeah.
Just like that's kind of cool. And there's a Mystic Adventures and it's Legos
City
and
And there's one game where it's a calming game where you're flying or you're making these whales swim.
Oh, cool!
And what it does, and it's all based off of. You ever seen the videos online of the birds and how they all mass fly?
Oh yeah.
It's based on that algorithm.
Oh wow!
So you get to do I think they're whales or something like that, and you go through the oceans and all this stuff just kind of just wraps around you and stuff like that.
Like that Union, like you said, Union City. That looks. All of these
that's gonna be cool.
All these look interesting to me. I'm just like, and that's the thing. Okay, so I'm an older guy, and one of my problems is that because I have kids and stuff to take care of. Every time I spend $60 on a game for whatever it is, I get static because I don't play it that often.
Right.
So it's one of those type of things where if I have. I travel a lot, so if I'm sitting in an airport or doing something or waiting for something, and I have maybe a half hour or an hour, I wanted something to do, and this would be the coolest thing to be able to just log onto your games and download something, or having your kids tell you, hey, this is a really cool game, you should play it. Okay,
They're even going to have Frogger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Frogger
cool.
in Toy Town, yeah. There's like UFO on tape, First Contact, Hitchhiker. Ooh. I'm not so sure about that, but I think that's the one where versus Evil Mad About Pandas, something like that. So then there's Mr. Turtle, Card Apocalypse, Projection First Light.
Perfect.
And they're all shot in this really kind of and oh look here.
Interesting.
So here you go. You have Sonic Racing. So Sega jumped on board.
Yeah.
And these are all these games are exclusive to
this. They have Sonic Racing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Overland and
anyway.
I honestly believe this is the first time that I watched one of these where we didn't have a big monster. Oh, the new iPhone or the new iPad. It was just really all about the new Apple products that are rolling out.
Yeah.
So to me, way to go, Apple. You did a good job. And there's of course there's people out there that are going to hate on it, which it is what it is. But
and they're getting out. I think one of the big things is they're getting out there with some buzz because most of the stuff is coming in the fall. Or actually you can do the news now, but a lot of the stuff is coming, and so I think that's going to be a cool teaser type of thing, especially for the holiday season. I think it's going to be a big thing, and that's going to be one of those things that if the marketing people are smart, they'll encourage gifting and being able to give a subscription to Apple TV for somebody else.
Right.
And make
they will.
Yeah.
They already do it on other stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's pretty good. So anyway, let's jump over to SEO.
Yeah.
The SEO world. Oh, actually, so if you want to know what OTT means, over the top.
Oh yeah. Over the top.
Over the top media programming for the media world.
Yeah.
So I had to go look it up.
And
you figured I would know that, but
no. Well, but the other thing is the over the top is, so a lot of people want to make videos, and I just got done talking to one of my lawyer guys who is a client who's like, I want to do some crazy videos, and I was like, okay, however, you got to make sure that when you do crazy videos, you're going to offend some people who are easily offended. There's it's like I always say, there's a group, that's like, if you want to join the group of especially easily offended people, there's you're going to join a big group.
Right.
And so I said, there are some people who, when you do those videos, are going to go, oh my God, this is great. And there are 40% of the people that's going to be, I'm never using that person because I'm offended.
Right.
There are a couple of lawyers out in LA that have a series of videos for their drunk driving attorneys. And it's Friday Shut the Fuck Up Day. And they're basically going through and going, hey, if you get pulled over, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they have a whole series of videos like that. But if you're offended by their stuff, then you're definitely not going to use them. However, there's a lot of people who are abuzz. If I get in trouble, I'm calling those guys.
Right.
I don't remember their name, but I remember what they're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
And and so that's the thing. It's what exactly are you going to do over the top?
Right.
That's for SEO. It's like one of those that. And the reason I come back to this is that people are like, well, I think it could go viral. Viral is a myth. Your YouTube video for your plumbing company is not going to go viral. If it does, I will buy you a if you get a million.
We'll go to Burns.
If you get come in.
Burns.
We'll go to Burns.
Yep.
Because I know.
I mean, unless your plumber is got great cleavage, beautiful butt, and knows what she's talking about, then
that doesn't even matter.
No,
it does.
It's a little bit. A little bit. I disagree a little bit.
You're not going to go video. You're not going to go viral because unless you're on the Today Show for offensive broadcasting and there are people picketing in front of your thing.
We can do that.
I like that.
We can set you a picket line up.
Yeah, we'll do a picket line for you. Yeah, but I think there we go. But that's the thing. Your stuff is not going to go viral, and it's one of those type of things where you have to plan around video distribution. I want to talk about video SEO for a little bit. We can talk about regular SEO, or I call it visibility marketing, is if I'm a local plumber, my goal is to be in that 3-pack at the map so the people see me first. That's my goal. And that's really where your content and all the other stuff gets you. However, where it's easier to get to is through video stuff, just because there are less people doing it. It's a shallower pond for you to stick up higher out of the water.
Right.
And that is in 5 years, video is going to be a regular thing, and it won't. And we'll be talking about holograms or some other random thing.
If you don't have video
today,
you're going to die.
You should.
And I have all my people make fun of me because I tell them, if you don't have video, you're going to die. Your business is going to crap out.
Gary Vanderchuk, which is not a friend of mine, but he's an acquaintance, he basically said if you are running a business that actually employs people, it is criminal if you do not have a video and you're not on video regularly on social media explaining what you do, because video can explain what you do even when your store is closed, and that's important.
Okay, so this is the way we explain it to our clients. Okay, and actually when I do my talks, this is what I talk about. If you had a brick and mortar store and someone walks into your store, are you going to say, "Hey, thanks for coming to the store. What can I do for you?" Or "What can I help you find?" Yeah. Everybody that comes in, you always have look at Moe's, right?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Moe's. Yeah.
Welcome to Moe's, right? So your website and your Facebook page is absolutely no different. Why? When people go to your website, the first thing they should see is, "Hey, thanks for stopping by the website. If you need any help, we have another page of all kind of videos for you to help you out."
Exactly.
But if not, our phone number's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Our email's on the bottom.
If you like calling people,
contact us, and we will even help you on the website, or we'll find out what you need. So your website is absolutely 100% no different
than a store.
Than a store.
And also, look at the website. So I'm going to use air conditioning companies.
Perfect.
Air conditioning companies are usually they really know what they're doing. However, their offices are usually in like an office park or something like this, because you have to have trucks and a warehouse and all this stuff. Most people that hire air conditioning companies don't go into 5 air conditioning companies and drive around to go see air conditioning companies and interview them. They look on their websites or call them. And they look on, they do Google searches.
Yep.
It's the same thing. If you had a store, you would want the carpet to be clean. You would want there to be chairs. You would want there to be stock. You would want there to be something to look at.
It's got to be a comfort level.
It's got to be a comfort level and a trust factor of like, if you walk into a store and you're like, whoa, what did I get myself into? This is like Hogwarts. You know, then you're like, oh crap, this is dust all over the place. I don't want to be here.
Right.
It's the same thing with the website. And also, so to set up a store, you're setting up an office in Tampa. It's going to be 5 figures to set up a store nowadays. If you wanted to set up a store in Tarpon Springs, it's going to cost you $100,000 to get all the things done. Your website shouldn't be any different. You shouldn't have to spend $100,000, but telling people that you want to spend $500 on a website is also criminal. Yep. It's a business expense. It's not, it's not like, oh, what's the cheapest we can get this for? How do you welcome your people into your store, as it were?
Right.
And how do you lead them by the hand? One of the biggest things is a call to action and a greeting. What do you do? And when I come to your website, I want to see kind of what I'm going to get or what this is about. Nowadays it's 2019. I'm willing to watch a video that tells me about you. And I kind of want to nowadays. I want to know the people. I want to know if, I'm talking to the Kia people. I'm huge. Maybe I don't like that attitude. Maybe I want someone who's a little calmer. But I want to know, I want to meet you beforehand so I can actually go and figure out who you are and what your AC company represents.
They make fun terrorists. You don't want to deal with them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those type of things where what the hell am I getting into? And do I like this guy? It's like, and it's your personal comfort level. Do I like a person with a buttoned up shirt, or do I like a guy in a t-shirt who talks like a New Yorker? What's my comfort level?
Right.
It's like, do I want a straight shooter? Do I want, and so you can really get a good feel for how your company is, and you can also screen clients. There are ways that you can do videos. John used to do infomercials, and you have people who you actually don't want to have your product. You want them to turn that damn thing off because you don't want those people. And so
oh, wait, there's more.
There's more, but there are ways of screening your customers so the customers who actually do pick up the phone and call you are better.
Yeah.
I work with attorneys, and I always tell them, I said, a lot of times you don't want to be busier. If you make things, if you clean things, if you are a service industry, you don't necessarily want to be busier because you're probably already too busy. You probably already feel you don't have enough time.
Right.
What you want is better customers.
And
you want to screen them, and you don't want to waste your time, and you don't want to waste their time. If I want a water heater for $200, do you sell used water heaters? No, we don't. Okay, well, I don't want you to call me. And, but if I, do you sell really nice water heaters that heat up instantly? Yes, I want to talk to you.
Right.
And I want to talk to you, and I know it's going to be a little more expensive.
Right.
But, yeah, the SEO stuff is that welcoming is critical to
absolutely
the way to the store, and to have a video do that for you is one of the things. But conversely, the SEO stuff, you still have to get people to the site.
Yep.
And you still have to get people to those videos.
Yep.
That's the big thing.
That's
how the hell
the magic. Mm-hmm. The magic comes out because it's really not. It's not magic.
It's not magic. Yeah.
There's formulas the way we have to do it. There's the way he does it. because he does all of our marketing. So I'm just worried about, I just go back and do nothing but I do video.
Well, and that's what most people want to do. Most people, I tell people, I said, yes, you can do this yourself. I will show you. In fact, I do coaching sometimes.
Right.
And I do coaching for, I'll come in once a month and tell you what to do, and you go do it. If you happen to have a captive thing, if your son needs a job over the summer, he can do this stuff.
Yep.
Maybe not as well as, someone who's been doing it for a long time can do it, but can you get to 50%? It's still 50% better than you've got.
Right.
And yes, you can do all this stuff yourself. It may take you a year to learn, and it may take you a year to get right, and it may take you another year to really dial it in.
And if you've got that kind of time, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to build tables and chairs and not do that stuff, that's
I heard a realtor yesterday say these words: I don't pay for any marketing. Everything I do is word of mouth.
Yeah.
And we just give great service. So everybody just talks about us, and magically we have people calling us up, and it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Because I rely on pure networking, shaking hands, and I'm thinking to myself, you won't be around much longer.
No. That was the same attitude that the people who made buggies had when the Model A came out.
Yep.
They went, we offer better service, and we offer better buggies, and our buggies are luxurious. And then they kept saying that until they closed their doors, and that was easy. And
right.
And to be honest with you, that's maybe what they call a lifestyle brand. Maybe you're a single operator and you have a lifestyle brand.
Right.
But the reality of it is you do marketing. You go and do stuff.
And on top, so here's the thing. We all like to say, all right, I don't pay for any marketing. Everything I do is just word of mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so back in the day, that probably was really good. Today, it doesn't work.
It doesn't. It doesn't
unless
work
you
enough.
don't want to be busy,
right?
And you only want
it's a lifestyle brand.
super qualified stuff to come in. That's great if you can get that.
Yeah.
But in an industry such as a realtor, when a realtor tells me they don't pay for any marketing whatsoever, and it's all MLS, and it's all word of mouth, and it's all networking, I'm thinking to myself, you're not going to be around very long.
Some of the online applications, the sell your own home, are going to eat their lunch.
Well, you get people like Open Doors.
That's what I mean. Open Doors,
What'll happen is, because they're marketing.
Oh,
They're marketing.
They're spending a lot.
Okay, do you want to know why Coca-Cola, Budweiser, McDonald's, Publix, Winn-Dixie, Castrol, and Chevy, Ford, BMW are so successful? It's not because they rely on word of mouth. It's because they market.
Yeah.
And they market heavy.
Hard. Yeah.
I mean, millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. Now, granted, we're not saying that you have to have millions of dollars a year, but you got to do. The minute someone tells me they don't market, but yet they got business cards, and they make a flyer, and they've got their name on their shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Marketing.
You're marketing, bro.
Well, the other part of it is I've talked to a couple of attorneys who have had some kind of sad news, which is that they're like, I only do referrals. I work off of referrals.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If I refer someone to John, you know what they're going to do first? They're going to go to his damn website and check him out. Just because my golfing buddy tells me I should talk to this attorney to do probate work and wealth management, I'm going to go check them out. And so, although it's a referral, there are some people who are referrals who are, you're over 60 and you're like, okay, I'm just going to make a phone call because I don't like the internet. Great. However, today they're going to look at you. And one of my attorney friends was basically saying, yeah, we started a new website because 2 people came up to us and basically said, yeah, these other people, they were like kind of talking, and they're like, well, why didn't you use us? We could have helped you, And they were like, well, yeah, actually, Dave referred me to you, but when my assistant looked at your website, it just didn't seem like you really did that kind of work. And they were like, we specialize in that kind of work. And they were like, doesn't say it on your
Doesn't
website.
look like it.
And then he was like, that's bullshit. Second time, this was at a bar event, at a large, party type of thing. And second person was like, oh yeah, I had my probate work done by this person. They were like, well, we could have done that. And they were like, oh, we looked on your website and it just looked like,
didn't say it.
Well, they wanted something specific for some probate work is like a will. And they wanted something specific. And they were like, yeah, I looked on your website and it was kind of generic. I didn't really see that you really specialized in that at all. So, and they were like, oh, so yeah, we need a new website.
Right.
But that's the thing. I always tell businesses, you lost a customer today. You just don't know it. And that's one of those type of things where you don't know who you lost because you weren't looking at the ball and you didn't have a mechanism for welcoming those people and telling people what you did.
Right.
Just because you work off of referrals, that's great. You can do that all day long. I hope you're ready for retirement. And I don't mean to be mean about that. And it's not like, well, I do marketing, so I'm going to say that. No, even if I didn't do marketing, if you don't, you're, and it's a business expense. It's not,
Yep.
I'll warn anyone listening, or I'll warn whoever, if someone comes to you and says, we're going to get you on a local thing for $500 a month, they better be talking about coming in monthly and consulting with you to do it for $500 a month. If you give someone $500 a month expecting to be in that map pack, and you're in a semi-competitive industry, if you make quilts, I can get you into the map pack for $500 a month.
Yeah.
If you run an actual company that sells things and there are at least 3 competitors within 20 miles of you, you will not get into the map pack. You're looking at, nowadays, it used to be 7 people in the map pack. Now it's 3.
Yep.
If you want to actually do that, you're looking at $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
A month.
A month.
And it's not, and I'm like, and I have to tell a lot of people, sorry. They're like, well, how do I get there? I'm like, you don't for that. You just don't. And it's one of those type of things. It's like, also, if I'm an air conditioning company, or if I'm, even CBD or whatever it is, there's a lot of competitors doing stuff out there now. Mm-hmm. And, it's one of those type of things where I tell people all the time, it's like there are a lot of people out there who are very willing to take your money.
Oh, yeah.
And, who are like, oh, we can do this for $800 a month.
Well, I have a client now that I've sent over to you to go talk to. She paid $1,000 a month,
mm-hmm.
and she was $5,000 into it to build a website and to get traffic.
Yeah.
Her website looks like a 5-year-old put it together.
Yeah.
Nothing but a white page with some images and some text.
Oh, wow.
Oh, when I tell you it's not good.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her. I mean, literally, I'm like, whoa.
Well, because I always say that there are a lot of companies out there that their best asset is their salespeople. And I'm like, I'd love to hire some of those guys because they're like, man,
yep.
You could what you got. And it is upsetting to me, especially because, when I come to people and I go, hey, yeah, if you spent $5,000, I can probably do it for $4,000 to completely redo it. And they're like, I already spent $5,000. I'm upset and I don't want to spend $4,000.
Right.
I didn't give them the $5,000.
Right.
I'm sorry.
They have that. I got burned. You should feel sorry for me.
Not even that. It's just I don't want to spend another $5,000. It's like, well, you already did, and and here's what I can do for those types of people is lay out specifically what you're going to get, which anyone should.
Right.
It's one of those. Week 1. I'm going to do this. Week 2, I'm going to do this. Week 3, and these are the things you're going to give me. One of your realtor persons.
Yeah.
I just did that with, and we set her up, and the hold up was their MLS system, but through that process, they knew what was going on every week, and they knew if you were doing SEO for them, what those types of things you're going to get.
Right.
Here's the things I'm going to do. You're going to pay for this. We're going to work 30 hours and give you all these things. Theoretically, those things will help you do this.
Yeah, I had a client come in, and well, actually, she was a guest on a show, and she's like, "Oh, so your guy can build a website?" I said, "Yeah, he can make." He goes, "He'll probably start over. This is not a website. This is I don't know what. This is a PowerPoint." Not even. He goes, he goes, he can get that done in a week. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
It's probably about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know,
3 to 4
but
weeks.
you're going to have to give all the content. So immediately, so that's what she got. So she got a website in a week.
Oh, well,
And it looks like it.
Yeah.
Right? It was
Yeah.
nothing to it, but nothing ever happened from that. And as soon as someone goes, I went down, and the first thing I'm like, oh my.
Was it Dex?
I don't know, probably.
But that's the problem a lot of times is that a lot of unfortunately a lot of marketing people can be marketing people without to be an AC person you've got to have a license. To be a marketing person you have to have a business card, and that's like being a life coach. And unfortunately, so you got to look at who did you work with? What do you have a degree in this? Have you taught this? What things have you done that would be related to helping me?
Right.
And that's
it's really sad that they get burned. I call it the I got burned. Oh, feel sorry for me because I need something now that is going to be. And you just got to be upfront and we go, nope, it's still going to cost you probably the same amount of money.
It will.
But
You're
we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
So,
you should talk to those people about getting your money back or whatever it is. But I can't.
Exactly. So anyway, right. So anyway, so if you got any questions, Tech Shamans at WeBeTV.com. Email us. If you want the Tech Shamans to come out and talk to your people, we'll be glad to come out and do a little dog and pony show for
seminar,
you. Because we will teach everybody about everything that you got going. So you know what? We will see everybody Monday.
Super.
Shamans, we understand cause we are the Tech Shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome, yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.